Hello, HCISD. I am Art Cavavos, your Superintendent of Schools. Joining me on Zoom today are the top 10 students from early college high school. Their placement on the top 10 represents their hard work throughout these past 4 years and their dedication to reaching the goals they've set for themselves. We have brought them here together to showcase their achievements as they share their experiences in our schools and to provide some words of wisdom to our future graduates. To begin, I'd like for each of you to introduce yourself, name all HCISD campuses you've attended, and share your plans after high school. So we'll go ahead and start in order. So Caroline, you're up.
I am Caroline Rose Granum. I attended Stewart Place Elementary, Bella Middle School, HSHP, and ECHS. And I'm planning on going to PBAMU, and I will major in biology, and I majored into animal science, so I'm still unsure.
Well, congratulations. Really proud of you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Aaron Vidari. I have only attended early college high school, but I don't believe that is particularly a detriment. And I will be enrolling at the George R. Brown College of Engineering at Rice University.
Congratulations, Aaron. Proud of you as well.
Hello, my name is Noah Castañeda. I'm not sure if St. Anthony's counts as HCISD, but we'll just say I went to early college high school for HCISD. Okay. And I plan on going on UTRGV.
What will you be studying, Noah?
Astrophysics. I'll be majoring in astrophysics.
Wow, super nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Karen Castillo. I attended Lee Means Elementary, Memorial Middle School, and then early college high school. After high school, while also focusing on my Christian ministry work, I want to attend UTRGV to pursue a degree in nursing.
Awesome, congratulations. And Karen, we changed Lee Means to a fine arts academy after you left.
I know.
But kids are loving it. They love your elementary school. So congratulations.
Hello, my name is Alexia Lowry. I went to Stewart Place Elementary and Treasure Hills Elementary, as well as Vela Middle School. And then I attended early college high school, and I plan on attending Texas A&M at College Station and majoring in neuroscience.
Wow, super impressive. Thank you, Alexia.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Charles Garza. I've attended early college high school. I plan on finishing my prerequisites at TSTC, then applying to UTL Science Center in San Antonio.
And studying what, Charles? What are you going to major in?
Nursing.
Awesome. It's a great profession, Karen. And or who said, Alexia, who said that they were going into nursing? Was it Karen or Alexia?
Bethany.
Okay.
Bethany.
Congratulations, Charles.
Karen. Thank you, sir.
Hi, I am Evan Rodriguez. I attended Horizon Montessori 3, Memorial Middle School, and ECHS. I plan to attend Texas State San Marcos, and I plan to major in psychology.
Great job, Ivan. And you're really going to enjoy Texas State. It's a great place. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Gabriela Bazan. I attended Bonham Elementary, Brandon Middle School, HSHP, and then early college. I plan on attending Texas A&M University in College Station to major in economics.
Wow. Gabriela, we changed Vernon Middle School to World Languages Academy. We waited till you left, right, Gabriela? No.
Yes.
So I hope you're proud of your former middle school. It looks awesome. Congratulations on your selection of Texas A&M. I haven't heard a Longhorn yet, but that's okay. Let's keep going. Christian.
Hi, I'm Christian Cepeda. I attended Bonham Elementary, Memorial Middle School, and early college high school. I am going to attend Texas Tech University and major in petroleum engineering.
Wow, good for you. And what is it, Recum Raiders, or Recum Tech, right? Now, you know the tradition in football games over there, right? Or not?
Flying tortillas.
Yes, but we eat them here in the valley. What are you throwing them out in the field for? The other thing, Christian, is were you at the new memorial or did you go through the old memorial campus when you were at Memorial?
The new one on Rio Hondo Road.
Oh, yeah. Well, we built it for you. That's why.
Thank you.
But you're not going to be in the new early college high school. Sorry, Christian. Sorry. So, Bethany.
Hello, my name is Bethany Salinas, and I attended Early College High School and Rodriguez Elementary School. For college, I'm gonna go to TSTC, Texas State Technical College, to complete my associates in biology, and then after that, I want to go to the UT Health Science Center in San Antonio for nursing.
You also nursing.
Yes.
That's awesome. Congratulations to you as well, Bethany. Did we get everybody? Yes? All right. So let's move on to our next question. And it's, we realize that being on the top 10, you all are very well accomplished in academics. Can you share with us what other activities you have been involved in throughout your high school years and how that may have helped shape who you are today? Anyone can answer at this point.
I know for since I did sports with South, that really helped me because it showed me teamwork, and it also gave me a break from my studies so I didn't really burn out too much. So I think sports like soccer and track really helped me out.
You were in a winning team with a soccer program, weren't you, Caroline?
Yes.
It was incredible. Congratulations, and thank you for
you.
putting HCISD and South on the map. You all did a great job.
Thank you.
Okay. Who else involved in other things that helped you shape you? Bethany, I think you're ready to go.
Yes. So my freshman year, I was the freshman class president, and that helped me with my leadership skills, and it really helped me understand, I guess, more about how to become friends with people and things like that. And then I was also in a lot of clubs and organizations. I was in ecology, I was in student council all 4 years, and I was also in drama club and robotics. Everything was super fun, and it helped me get myself out of my comfort zone.
Super nice. So are you a totally different person in high school than when you were in elementary and middle school?
Yes, I think I was super, super, super shy when I was in elementary school and middle school, and I've started to come out of my shell a little bit more.
Wow, I would have never guessed it. You handled yourself very well. So thank you for that, Bethany.
Thank you.
Who else?
I think I'll take a shot.
All right, Aaron.
In my sophomore year of high school, I joined how do I want to put it? An HCISD robotics first tech challenge team. And it was one of the best experiences of my life. I was in it for 3 years of high school. And I believe competition is the greatest motivator for us as humans. So having that sense of competition and that spirit was really great because it helped me hone my engineering skills, helped me hone my communication skills. I was a team captain for 2 years, and overall was just the high school experience I was looking for. Without it, I don't think I would have been nearly as competitive.
And Aaron, you all did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Incredible. So glad to hear you were part of that program. You all put ECHS on the map with that with that program. So they're gonna miss you, Aaron. They're gonna miss you. So
I'll try to come back down when I can.
There you go. Super nice. All right, who's next?
Throughout high school, I took part in 4 clubs, and I also participated in sports at the Harlingen High School. There were soccer and football, the engineering club there at early college, and NHS student council. And all of them helped me set priorities with, and especially with sports, knowing what's more important, school and sports. So I'd have to balance that out. And like Caroline said, sports really helps ease the stress. So
good job, Christian. Did you play sports the whole 4 years? You were at early college?
All 4 years I was in soccer, and junior year I was in football.
Wow, good for you. It's hard to balance it, right? When you're taking college classes, but it's always good to have a balance. So awesome. Thank you for sharing. Alexia.
Hi. I was in a lot of clubs. I was well, I was president of NHS, vice president of the senior cabinet. I was secretary for robotics for a couple years, and I was in yearbook as well and student council for a little bit. And I like joined a lot of clubs because I have never done that before, like through my elementary and middle school years. So I felt like me being involved in everything, it really helped me like reach out into my community, like with robotics and NHS. And I was able to like balance my time and figure out like, okay, like I'm gonna take this much time for my homework and then this much time for my club activities, because some of them take a lot of time, like robotics.
Wow, good for you. That getting involved helps de-stress yourself also. So that's awesome. Anyone else?
Yes, well, in high school, I was able to work alongside the yearbook and drama teams. And that was something that really helped me. I was able to gain friendships and then draw closer to the friends that I already had. And so it made me realize the importance of making connections with people. That's what allowed me to get through high school, I feel like. And I know that that's something that's going to continue to help me through college, is fighting out and building connections.
Great job. Thank you. Charles, what do you get? Okay, go ahead, Gabriella.
I was part of Owls for Christ, NHS, which helped me with my community service a lot. And also I was part of robotics when we went to Worlds. And I think that really helped with like my social skills, especially when we went to Worlds, because we got to meet people from like all over the world. So I think that's like one of my best experiences.
So you all were in the same club, Aaron? You and Gabriella?
Indeed.
Wow, awesome. Good job. All right, Charles, you were going to jump in here and I cut you off. So go ahead, Charles.
For 4 years, starting my 8th grade summer, every summer I've been volunteering at Harlingen Medical Center. And there I've really gained a lot of experience in the medical fields. In particular, I would volunteer in the emergency room, and you see a lot of things, you see a lot of people hurting, and it's very heartwarming to help people and then see them doing better afterwards.
Wow, good for you. Charles, do you go by Charles?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Anyone else? All right, we're gonna move on to our next question. Ready? So your top 10 billboards just went up. I know some of you looked at it and say, wow, that's a big picture, my gosh. But I wanna know, I want you to describe the moment you first saw the billboard. What was going through your mind?
Well, I went to go see it with Christian and Alexia. We were wearing masks, so it was like, okay. But I was like unsure if we would even have one, because you know the whole thing, we didn't like take the actual like pictures that we were supposed to. But I saw it and I was like I couldn't, like I was speechless. And like my family came with me too, and I was just like, they were just so proud of me. And I was like, oh my gosh, because like I've always seen it like when I was growing up, like the billboard of like the top 10 and everything. So it was just really nice to see it.
And it probably a sense of relief because you made it, right?
Yes.
I mean, like, oh, okay, it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you for sharing, Caroline. Who else?
I think I'll take a stab at it. So I first saw the billboard online, and I didn't actually see it in person until I think a day later, when I was trying to find a ice cream place that was open and actually served ice cream. And the first thing that stood out to me wasn't the fact that I was on the billboard, because I don't want to sound too cocky or anything, but I always expected myself to be on that billboard. But the thing that stood out to me the most was that everyone had even distribution on the billboard, which impressed me because I can guarantee you that all of our students here in this top 10 call have had their own level of personal achievement. It isn't just me and Caroline who has all the achievement, it has the greatest picture on the billboard. And I appreciate that everyone has, their own moment on the billboard.
Awesome. Thank you, Aaron. So equal distribution of the actual billboard. Yeah, thank you for that feedback. Who else? What were you thinking, Gabriela?
I think it was like a very like special moment, because like all our hard work, we see it like finally like pay off in a way. So I think it was really special.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't, but
Oh,
I was
not
happy.
yet, right? Charles, you were going to jump in. What did you think?
I have yet to see the billboard in person, but the first time I've seen the picture was my family has a group chat on Facebook Messenger, and they sent the picture, and I was like, "Wow, it's out already!" And they're like, "Yes, you haven't seen it," and it was rewarding to see all the congratulations and the "I'm so proud of you, mijo" from my tias and tios. So it was really nice to see that.
Super nice, super nice. Who else had a moment when you saw it? Bethany,
Yes.
what did you think?
So when I first saw it, my dad had taken a video of them like putting the picture on the billboard, and like he thought it was so funny. He was like, "Yeah, like right there, like cinch it down," like telling them what to do, and it was just so funny, and it was awesome to see it because like I've worked so hard, and to finally be in top 10, it's just a great achievement for me.
So it was your dad telling them, "Don't wrinkle my daughter's picture," right? Well, good, and you deserve it. You all have worked really hard. Who else had a moment when you saw it?
I actually received a phone call from a family member saying that they saw me on the billboard, and I was so excited I didn't know that they were up yet. So me and my family, we immediately drove over to the billboard, and we were taking pictures in front of it. And it was just so amazing to my mom. She almost began crying, and it was just so amazing to know that I had like made my parents proud like that. And so it did feel really great to see your accomplishments and your hard work in a billboard like that.
That's awesome. Did any of you receive a text that said, "Wow, I didn't know you were that smart"? No, nobody texted you that, or maybe I should have gone on a date with you. I didn't know you were that smart. No, none of that.
I
Right,
wish.
None of that, right, Ivan? Aaron, did you get one of those texts, Aaron?
Unfortunately not.
Okay, well, you all definitely deserve to be displayed for the entire community to see you all and your accomplishments. I'm super proud of you all. I'm going to move on to the next question. If you could, what would you do different during your journey through high school? So think back, what would you do different?
Can I go?
Yes.
Yep, Noah?
Okay. Something I would do differently is not procrastinate as much. It was very tricky at times because you would have a lot of work and not much time, but I still did it. I still prevailed in the end, and I just wish I could have done things better with time management.
Because it's a lot of stress, right? When you procrastinate and trying to do it at the end. So that's a good lesson to learn early on. Who else has learned a lesson or looking back would have done something different?
I think looking back, I think I should have worked a little bit harder in middle school because like I wasn't really like focused on grades as much. I think I was more into sports, but once I got to like high school, I started to work a little bit harder. So I think in a way it's kind of, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I should have worked hard in middle school because it kind of gave me like a break because I did work really, really hard in high school, but I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
and I think what's important is you've got to pace yourself, right? And
Yes.
and work hard when you think it's necessary and so forth. Who else? Looking
Go ahead
back.
and go take a shot at it.
Sure.
Oops, I just had everything I wanted to say, and then it just escaped my mind whenever I said that. So,
Well, you want me to come back to you?
yeah, go ahead and come back. Thank you.
Okay, Charles, you have raised your hand.
I think knowing how important your high school classes in freshman year and in 8th grade year, I took some courses that counted towards high school credit, and knowing how much that would play on your GPA, I think that would have helped.
That would have helped more. Okay, good insight. Okay,
I think
Aaron,
I'm
you
good
ready?
now. Yep.
Okay.
So The one thing I learned in high school is that people always have very unrealistic expectations of you, and that you shouldn't try to push yourself because of someone else's expectations. You should actually just set your own and go at your level. Because I've always felt I was trying to meet some sort of standard or threshold that I really should have just been gauging myself rather than letting other people define that success.
Good insight. Great insight. Who else? Ivan, anything you would do different, Ivan?
I wish I continued playing the violin and extracurricular activities because I did much in middle school, but I gave it up in high school and I focused more on academics. But I'm glad that I did more or less because I wouldn't be on top 10 more or less. I did more academics in high school than I did in middle school, but still I would have rather to play the violin and tennis once again.
How many years did you play violin?
For 3 years.
Wow. And you let it go?
Yeah, I still have the violin. I keep it next to my bed to remind me what I didn't continue. But one of these days, probably in college, I'll pick it up again and continue what I learned from then.
Where are you going to college again, Ivan?
Texas State San Marcos.
Okay, so if you take it and go to the lobby and play the violin, all the girls they'll be nice to you and all that. They'll be like, "Wow, he's pretty talented." I'm just saying. I don't know.
Yes, I hope so, but I'm still a little rusty, so I have to practice a little bit.
They may run the opposite direction, right?
Yeah, I'll probably lose girls and get them.
All right. Anyone else? What did you learn? Looking back, you would do different.
I think what I would have done differently is, well, like in a time like this, I realized like that I wish I spent like more time with my friends because like we had breaks like house and stuff, but I always like spend it studying or like catching up on something, like, you know, and it makes me like a little sad because like, you know, I miss like moments that I could have had like to remember because I was so focused.
4 years went real fast, right, Alexia?
Yeah.
Real fast, yeah. That's what people realize, that time flies. I mean, you probably remember your freshman year, and now here you are sitting as a senior, finishing your high school experience. Anyone else? One more. Looking back, Christian.
Yes. I think I shouldn't have overworked myself too much because I know my freshman and sophomore year, those were the 2 years that I didn't really go out much. So I wouldn't be with friends. I would just stay in my room working on all my assignments, trying to get them done, knowing that how important my GPA is. But I just wish I could have eased back on it so that way I can make more memories, like Alexia said.
Did you worry a lot?
Yes, I did.
So yeah, you're like, you worry a lot.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I was there, here in top 10 on graduating. So
by show of hands, how many of you consider yourselves a worrying person that worries a lot? Raise your hand. So I'm going to give you a little bit of advice as you move on to your next chapter. Worry is actually a useless emotion. So think about that. Worry is a useless emotion because all the time you spend worrying, if you cannot change it, then you shouldn't worry about it. If you can change it, then change it. The other thing to think about on worry being a useless emotion is that sometimes research shows that sometimes we worry about things and 95% of the time, the things we worry about never happen. So think about that and take it to your next chapter in life, because sometimes we spend a lot of our time worry. And so I tell my own children and people that I work here, I said, you don't need to worry until you see your superintendent worry. And I don't worry a lot. Do I get concerned? Yes, but I don't spend a lot of time worried, because if I have time to worry, then I'm going to do something about it, right? And so think about that moving forward. The next question talks about this last semester of your educational journey completely changed how you thought things would end. Can you share with us how you made it through these last couple of months and how you overcame this adversity?
I will say it was nice getting extra sleep.
So that's how you got through it, huh? Sleeping a little longer. So you know, it wasn't how you thought it was going to end, but how did you get through it? I mean, how did you push through? Bethany?
Hi. So it was not easy, but it was easier because our online college classes were online already. But getting through it was a bit tough. You have to plan yourself a lot, and you know, always checking your phone to make sure that you've completed your assignments and things like that.
So you had to become even more organized.
Yeah.
So you won't forget things. How else did somebody take care of it? Karen?
Well, in regards to school, I think it's very important to keep a schedule for yourself so you make sure that you're not falling behind on your online assignments. But other than school, I think an important thing right now is staying connected with the people that you care about. So it could be a phone call or you're FaceTiming with a friend. But I think it's really important to just make sure that you're still staying connected.
And stay safe, right, Karen? Yeah. So have you found that you're spending more time with your family and actually maybe cooking and that kind of stuff? I mean, isn't that incredible? I mean,
yeah, I have actually. I was baking and mailing them off to family, friends, and being able to do that. It was really nice having the time to do that.
if you bake in college, you'll make a lot of friends. If you, who else? How did you get through this adversity? Christian?
All I did was just focus on school, like making sure I finished early so that way I have more time for myself. Because I know at early college, like me worrying about school constantly, I never really got to focus on myself other than when I was at sports or in my clubs. So during this quarantine, it really helped like focus on myself, and I guess helped me learn like how to prioritize, finish things early, so that way I can focus on what's next to come.
Good for you. Good. So it forced you to slow down.
Yeah.
And really just concentrate on schoolwork and yourself, because you didn't have clubs to go to, you didn't have anything. So it forced you to kind of think about life and yourself, right?
Yeah.
All right. Who else? How did you get through that adversity?
I think like Karen said, like staying connected with, you know, your close friends and stuff like that. Because I think it was very easy for me to like isolate myself, I guess, because obviously there's no one around. And like staying connected with people, like I think it brought me closer to like people I probably wasn't that close to, and I think that's important.
Including your family?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because when you're in school, you're super busy, and sometimes the people we spend less time with are the people we live with, right? And so that's always true. Anyone else? How did you get through these 2 months? Caroline?
It was really interesting going from like 8 hours of school to like getting stuff done like faster and having like all this free time. But I just focused on like exercising really helped me out, like, you know, up here. And like focusing on music like ukulele, piano, that really like brightened my mood. And like I'm pretty like introverted, so like the whole like, you know, like friends and everything, like that didn't bother me because like I could just text them or call them, so it wasn't too bad. But at first it was pretty hard, but I adjusted.
I would have never guessed you were an introvert.
Really?
I would not have that. So that's good. You've come out of your shell because you don't show it. So good for you. Anyone else? One more. Come on, Charles. How did you get through these 2 months, Charles?
I think knowing or having a schedule, knowing what time your Zoom meetings were, knowing when your assignments were due, and it really pushed you to be more independent. You weren't able to rely on your teachers as much. I mean, they're still there to help you, of course, but it was more of you need to sit down on your computer, manage all your things, and tackle them on before they get out of hand with with them piling up. and you start procrastinating, and that doesn't get good.
Yeah. Now, did you find yourself more stressed out or less stressed out than when you were actually in school?
I'd say less stressed out. For me, to really get work done, it has to be quiet. And being in my room at home, it was fairly quiet.
Yeah.
So I was able to get more work done. So I think that helped.
Do you have siblings? Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes.
And they don't
I
bother
have
you?
2 brothers and 1 sister. No.
Older or younger?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest. Oh, so you have your own room. Everybody else has to share, right, Charles? No.
No, everybody is fortunate
Everybody
to have
has
their own room.
But they leave you alone to do your work.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to move on to the next question. Thank you for sharing. So recently, HCISD had to pivot to a completely online learning platform in a matter of days. So think about, we have 18,400 students, and we had to pivot to an online learning platform. This may continue to be our reality next year on some level. What have you learned from your online experience, and what advice would you give teachers and administrators to help prepare for the future? Christian.
I think everything, like getting things done, is you have to be independent. Everything is on you. If you don't complete something, it's on you. You know you have to get things done when it's due, and so it's up to you to finish it. But I know, like with my sister, she goes to Lee Means, and they gave her packets, and she can easily come to me when she needs help when doing her assignments, and I'm down to help her. But and I think there's always going to be people to help you. You just have to reach out. So it shouldn't be too hard, but I know like with us, our classes were already online, so it didn't really affect the seniors at early college.
Thank you for sharing, Christian. I appreciate that. Who else?
I think that, like everyone was saying before, you really do need a schedule, because when you're at home, you automatically feel like comfort, like you want to relax because you're so used to it. So if it does progress to next year, they are going to need to like learn, like, okay, I need to wake up at this time so I can get my assignments done, so I don't wait till like the end of the night, and then I don't wake up early in the morning, because a lot of kids do sleep in, so they do need to like schedule and prioritize like what's important and what they need to do. And that, I think that will really help them, because
So we have to find a way to keep kids on a routine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, they might stay up late, sleep late, and then they get behind. It's so easy to get behind. It's so easy. Thank you, Alexia. What else? What advice would you give teachers? Aaron?
I believe that with online learning, there is still a level of responsibility that both students and teachers must maintain, as Christian was stating and as Lexi was stating. So we need to make sure that we continue to be held accountable for that responsibility. You can't just put off an assignment until later unless you are absolutely sure that you have the resources and the capability to actually complete it. And overall, it's just, you need to be able to have that drive to learn. You cannot fall into complacency just because of our situation and what's going on around us.
Aaron, what's the platform you all use for your college classes?
We used Blackboard at UTRGV.
Blackboard, okay, because TSC uses Canvas.
Canvas, it does.
Are they pretty similar? Do you all know or not?
I personally prefer Canvas, but I don't have a strong preference.
So a lot of them have almost the same capability? Okay. What else would you recommend to teachers and administrators moving forward? I know at early college high school, it wasn't that big of a pivot, but think about your friends that go to the other schools. Have you heard what they are struggling with and what we should consider doing differently if we stay in this space? Ivan?
I think it's important for teachers to remain in contact with their students. My sister, she's a music teacher for WISD, and she teaches elementary students, and they're kind of unknown to this online learning. Us seniors in high school and middle school, we're familiar with this technology, but elementary students are not. So I think it's important for teachers to remain in contact with them and to stay on their toes so they can mature a little faster. because that's what this has forced them to do, really. But yeah, I really think that's what teachers should continue doing for their
So
students.
make sure we keep in contact with the kids, even if it's online, right? Yeah. Okay, good, awesome. Anyone else? What have you heard from your friends? Are they struggling? Or they wish it were different in some way? Bethany.
So my brother, he's in middle school and he goes to IDEA, and they have like all their assignments posted, and then he has to wait for like, because he wakes up like early and finishes all his assignments, and then he has to wait a certain time to like log off, I guess. And I saw that kind of as like wasted time, and I wish they like didn't like make him wait for like stuff like that. So I like the fact that they posted assignments that they can like work on their own pace, but of course having a reasonable deadline always helps. And then for me personally, communication between my teachers and me really helped, and it brightened my day during like this time. Like it was nice to hear that they were just wanting to check up on me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bethany. And it's true. Some other districts are expecting kids to stay logged on, and they get very frustrated because there's an opportunity to be an independent student as well, right? And so there's got to be a delicate balance. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else? One more person. Let's see. Who is going to jump in and tell us what we should consider for next year's? Caroline. I know that my introvert. No, you're not, Caroline. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I really appreciated Ms. Rodriguez, our counselor, with the Zoom meetings. She was very organized with us, and we met, I think, once a week, and she just kind of kept us on track. And so yeah, I really appreciated that. And I have a friend, Marisa, she goes to South. And I remember her telling me she finished like all her high school assignments like in a few weeks, and she was pretty much done. So I think it benefited her because she was just chilling at home, you know? So yeah.
Now, Caroline, you said the counselor would Zoom in with only seniors or all ECHS students?
I believe, well, the meetings we were in, it was juniors and seniors. I feel like they did meet with the lower classmen. Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you for sharing that. So I'm going to move on to the next question. Thank you for all that feedback. Take a moment to think about a specific teacher that inspired you or has truly helped make a difference in your life. Who would that be and why? Christian.
I'll go. Freshman year, I would say Mr. Ortega. He was there with me when I went to Atlanta for nationals and Sea Perch, and he really motivated me to keep pushing, because I was in charge of the poster board, and I think that's what helped us go to nationals. But it wouldn't have been as good as it was if it wasn't for the support I received from Ortega, because he helped me set a schedule for myself. And he told me to like relax, because I know it was my first time being in the club. So I was like, okay, I hope I do good in this. I don't want to mess anything up for the whole team. But he helped me and motivated me.
So you can still hear his words, relax, Christian, relax, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. A teacher that made a difference. Karen, you're ready, Karen.
I had an 8th grade math teacher, Mr. Mora, and even though it was a while back, I feel like I won't forget that teacher ever. He just made me feel like he believed in me. And I remember him telling me, in 4 years, I can't wait till I see you on that billboard. I just know I'm going to see you on that top 10 billboard. And so that was another thing going through my mind as I saw it for the first time. So it's always just nice to know that you have someone that knows that you can accomplish whatever you want.
That you have the potential, right, Karen?
Yeah, you have the potential.
Mr. Mora, if I remember correctly, he's at Memorial, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Great teacher, great guy. All right, who else? Aaron.
this may be a bit of an unorthodox answer to this question, but I believe that the greatest way you can learn from something is by failing to do it. So all of your shortcomings and failures are really one of the greatest ways to learn, and that's also an extension of yourself. So if you can improve off of your failures, it really doesn't matter who you're learning from as long as you know how to learn from it.
Good point. Great point. All right, who else has someone that has really helped shape you? Gabriela.
My third grade teacher. In third grade, I moved here from Mexico, so I didn't speak any English, and she really helped me, I guess, transition to this whole new environment. And she was always there for me, so I really appreciated that.
Who is that?
Her name was Miss Ortega.
Miss Ortega. And you attended Bonham, you said? Is that correct?
Yeah, I think she already retired.
Okay, well, don't forget to thank her if you ever see her or reach out to her. Who else? Caroline, who has helped you to become who you are?
I really liked Mr. Ibarra from ECHS. I remember because I went to ECHS my sophomore year, and I remember I would walk like in the halls. Like I didn't have him as a teacher, but like he knew me because I play soccer, and he was like a coach for San Benito a few years back. And so he knew I played soccer, and he would stop me in the halls and like talk to me about soccer, but I didn't know him. Like I was like, what? But I had him junior year, and like he's so funny and like relatable, and like you can go with him with pretty much anything. And he's a really good teacher. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Charles, you have anybody a teacher?
Mr. Ortega. I had him as my freshman biology teacher, and we really connected. We saw kind of from the same point of view life, and he just inspired me to keep on doing well in school, and he really believed in me, and it was nice to have someone in my corner believing in me, knowing that I can achieve great things.
Don't forget to tell him, Charles. Alexia, did you go?
No, I haven't. I was thinking about it. I was sitting here and thinking about like, oh, like who's the one that made like a huge impact on me, and like all the teachers at ECHS have like supported like me and like all the students in like different ways. So I couldn't really like thank anyone in like particular, just because like they're so supportive. Like if you ever need help, they're there for you, even like with advice, you know, like. They've told me so many times because I stress out a lot too. They'll be like, Lexia, just calm down. Like, it's okay. Like, don't freak out. Like, and they've always like been on my side and always like been there when I needed them. So it goes out to all.
Big shout out to all of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ivan.
I'd say one of the professors from UTRGV. Her name is Miss Rodriguez. She helped me realize that high school and college are two different things, and that you got to work harder a lot, and you're more independent in college. And then after college, you'll be even more independent because you'll be an adult. So she helped me realize that, and to study hard and to not procrastinate. And overall, she was a really great professor.
Well, Ivan, was there ever face-to-face instruction, or it was all online with her?
With her, it was face-to-face. It was during our junior year that we had her. So it was before all this.
Does she know that she had an impact on you, or you haven't told her?
I haven't told her yet.
Okay, well, don't forget. That's important. Bethany, did you go, Bethany?
No, I haven't. But a teacher that really helped me through high school was Miss Cantu, our ECHS Spanish teacher. She was just very motherly and just saw like all the potential that I had, and just like her just like loving attitude for education, it really helped me. It was kind of like a relief going to her class. Like I know like there was expectations that we needed to get work done, but it was just like, it wasn't like work, it was like it was fun being in her class.
Well, don't forget to tell her, Bethany, right? Gabriela, did you go, Gabriela? You did? Okay. Everybody went? Noah? Yes, Noah? Noah, you don't have a teacher that has helped you along the way, Noah?
Well, I have a lot. So that's.
Oh, you have a lot. Okay.
Do I just like say a few?
If you want to say a few, go ahead.
Okay. Well, one was Miss Poppy from early college, because she really helped me see new things in senior year. I feel like I got a better grasp of the school and how it meant to people and my friends. And another one, I guess, would be Mr. Carlos Gonzalez. Because I say Carlos because we have three of them, but he just had a lot of interests that I like too, so it felt good to talk to a teacher about the same things we like. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Noah, you have three Gonzalez's or three Carlos Gonzalez's?
Three Gonzalez.
Three Gonzalez's. So you have to be specific, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Noah. We're going to move on to the next question. What advice would you give incoming freshmen coming to early college high school? What advice would you give incoming freshmen?
I would, oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Karen.
I would say, since we do take ETRGB courses, and it doesn't really matter if you get 100 in the class or a 90 in the class, it's still an A and it still counts as a 95. So what I would say and suggest is you should try really, really hard with your high school courses that you take at ECHS, because those really factor in your GPA a lot.
Good. Great advice, Caroline. Go ahead, Aaron.
To expand on what I was saying before, I believe that students should not fall into the expectation of working for someone else, because in order to develop yourself and your own success, you need to be able to set your own expectations and not, listen to your and I'm not saying it's not necessarily a bad thing to listen to your teachers and what they want for you, but you need to be able to have your own level of education, maintain that, and make it about you. Don't make it about doing it for someone else. Don't make it about doing it for your teachers, doing it for someone else. Do it for you. That's what I want to say.
Stay true to yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Embrace your own expectations. Sometimes we may not know what we're capable of, and some people weigh in and say, you can do a lot better. And it's good to take that advice. But Aaron, you're right. You have to own your expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Once you own them, you're going to reach those expectations. Who else? What advice would you give freshmen? This is your chance, because you didn't listen to any advice everybody gave you. So no, you did. Go ahead, Bethany.
Okay, so my brother, soon he'll be an incoming freshman, and so I'm thinking of him, and I would tell him to focus on his classes and like his GPA, and that just like right off the bat you need to be getting like A's in all your classes, like every single, just put your best effort in, and talk to the teachers, make connections, because it could help you, like when you have like a B, like a 90, 89, it could be the point that gets you to an A, because rank does really matter, and like colleges are going to be looking at that. So you need to be looking at that like as freshmen right now.
Well, then teachers like when kids connect with them and they're able to discuss things with the kids. So that's great advice, Bethany. Thank you for sharing. What else would you advise freshmen?
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead, Noah.
Just to be organized, because it can be very easy to lose certain things that you might need later on. And if you're organized, you'll be able to find them fast and not get frustrated that you either left it at home or just forgot to do it.
Did you have a couple of occasions like that, Noah, where you couldn't find stuff?
Yes, but I found it eventually.
But during that time that you thought you lost it, it was very frustrating, right, Noah?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Charles, go ahead, Charles.
I would say taking your classes seriously is very important. There's points where you get fed up and you get tired, but you need to stay strong and persevere through that course. until the very end. Don't celebrate too early. Cross that finish line.
Oh, great advice. Great advice. Anyone else? This is your chance.
Yeah, I could go.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Karen.
I was just going to say that as important as it is to always give your best, work hard on your classes and on academics, I would want to tell the freshmen, don't forget to make friends, to make more friends. I feel like that's a big part about ECHS, is we're such a small campus that we're able to form this big team where we're all trying to get through it together. We all help each other out. So I think that's a really big part about high school, is just making sure that you're connected with a lot of people.
Good advice. Christian, go ahead, Christian.
I was just gonna say, don't take things lightly. I know in freshman year, we were tasked with so many PBLs, group projects, and when we were finished with all of them, I was like, okay, I have some time to relax. But we would switch classes throughout the day too, and whenever we would switch a class, it's like, okay, now you have this to do. So it's like you just finished an assignment, a group project, but now you have more things to do. So don't focus on now, focus on what's to come.
Right. Good job. So keep a broad look at what's happening throughout the days, right? Awesome. Alexia.
Yeah.
I think it was important, like what they should focus on is like they've said before, like setting goals and knowing like what you want in the end, right? Because like you have to like see the finish line in order to like get there. That's important. Right. And I also think it's very important. I say start freshman year, right? Start like studying for the SAT, because that's like really important. Colleges look into that. Like if you want to get into a good school, I think GPA does matter, but also SAT does too. So that'd be something.
Great advice. Great advice. And you know, the prior question that I asked you, what would you do different? Just know you're going to start a new chapter. So all those things you said you would do different, you're going to get a chance in the fall when you go to your next chapter in life. Great advice for the freshmen. So I'm going to move on to the next question. What expectations have you set for yourself in the next chapter? And where do you see yourself in 10 years? So Caroline, that would be about 27, 28 years old, right? So where do you see yourself in 10 years, and what expectations have you set for yourself?
Well, I want to be a veterinarian. So with that, it's actually a little bit more competitive than med school because there are very few vet schools. So I have to shadow, I have to volunteer, I have to do farm work. So I have to do all that stuff in undergrad. And I see myself in 10 years as a veterinarian, hopefully. And right now I'm looking into exotic animals and just like, you know, traveling and everything, but I'm still unsure about that. So I still want to get my experience so I'm a little bit more sure.
Wow, I have 2 golden retrievers. You can take care of them when I'm gone. Yes. So Bethany, where do you see yourself in 10 years, Bethany?
Okay, in 10 years, I want to have kids already. So in order to do that, I want to have like a stable job already and be able to provide for them, and I want to be married already. Because I mean, I want to be a dietitian, like, because I think that's something that will make me happy, but also in life, I think that having a family is like my main purpose, and so I think that will be me in 10 years with kids.
Awesome. Thank you, Bethany. Thank you for sharing that. Karen, where do you see yourself in 10 years, and what will you be doing? When I open the newspaper, I'm sure there won't be newspapers. When I look on social media, what will you be doing?
10 years, that seems so far away.
Look how fast high school went.
That's true. Well, in regards to nursing, I was hoping maybe to go into women's health and maybe becoming what's called like a nurse midwife. So I'd be helping deliver children. I think that's such like just a wonderful thing to do. But I also kind of like Bethany, I want to be able to like have a a family of my own too within like the next 10 years. So
Wow.
I just hope that I am able to continue making people proud, and including my parents. I never want to forget about them.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. Bethany, she wants to deliver babies, Bethany. Just keep that in mind. You all are friends. Alexia, 10 years, Alexia, what will you be doing and where will you be?
So I want to be a neurosurgeon. So hopefully by then I'll be doing my specialty. So that's probably what I'd be doing. And I also want to do I really want to do research on like Alzheimer's and stuff. So hopefully by then, like maybe, I'm not saying that I will, but maybe I'll break through and cure something like that. And I want to bring more awareness to like mental illness and things like that. So that's fun.
Awesome. You're gonna do great things. One of my very good friends is a neurosurgeon and they love it. So that's gonna happen for you as well. Can we call you Dr. Lowry now or just wait, right? Don't.
Probably just wait. We don't want to choose it.
No pressure, right? Every time I see you, Dr. Lowry, and you're gonna be like, oh no, why did I tell him? Christian, 10 years, Christian.
A goal that I have for myself is to make a big impact on my community. I know how important the oil industry is to society right now, and the environmental factors like with oil spills in the Gulf and stuff. So I want to be able to come up with an idea to make drilling a lot safer for both the local communities around the areas and environmentally.
Wow, good for you, Christian. Thank you, Gabriela. 10 years from now, Gabriela.
In 10 years, I hope I have a nice, stable job to be in a position to help my family out in any way I can, or like help my community out, like parts where I come from, just help as much as I can, I guess.
And Gabriela, what are you studying? What did you say you were studying?
Economics.
Economics. Good for you. I'm sure you'll do great, Gabriela. Ivan.
10 years is a long time from now, and I plan to have a stable job as well, perhaps even my own practice as a psychologist, and to have a family. But I also really want to have a lot of dogs. I want big dogs in my household. I really adore them, and I wish to have my own in the future.
I'll lend you mine. My two older. Ivan, so you want to be a psychologist?
Yes.
Do you know that when I started my career, I'm actually a counselor, and I started on that track and then moved into administration, and here I am. But I've always wondered, maybe I should go back and get my doctorate in psychology. But I'm a little older than you are, Ivan, so it's a little harder for me. So, right. All right, well, thank you, Ivan. I'm sure you'll do great, and you'll get all the animals you want when you can afford them. Not right now. All right, Aaron. 10 years from now, Aaron, what do you think you'll be doing?
Now, hear me out. I'm not saying I want to be rich.
You want to be rich,
but it would be nice.
Okay.
Mainly because, so I'm going to be moving to Houston, and I plan on staying there for a while. But I've always entertained the idea of coming back down here to Harlingen and just, giving back. I want to be able to develop software for Harlingen facilities to use. I want to work on the software that all of you use today. That's really what it is. I want to, just improve. It's as simple as I can put it. But the money would be nice too.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Aaron, I have all the confidence in the world that you're going to make it happen. So just work on and do the right stuff, and you're going to be great. Noah, what are you going to do in 10 years? No, I'm going to read social media and I'm going to say, I know Noah. I interviewed him.
Well, first, I hope I am financially okay and able to just be at peace, but I also wish to have a good job and make sure I get to be happy with what I do with my job.
Find your true passion, right, Noah? What do you think you're going to be doing? What are you studying?
Well, for astrophysics, it's mostly like dealing with space and all this stuff that we can't even see right now. So I wish to just develop new things or discover something new that
Good for
can
you.
make a change. Yeah.
You'll do great. Stay
Thank
focused, Noah. You're going to do great. Charles.
In 10 years from now, hopefully, Lord willing, I'll be a nurse practitioner working at one of the local hospitals in the ER.
Here locally, you want to stay in the Valley?
I would like to.
Awesome, awesome. Well, if they wheel in the superintendent, you be nice to me, Charles. Don't say,
I will.
I don't know who that guy is. No, Charles, you tell the doctor, save him. He's the most important. All right, so now all of you had a chance. So now I'm going to move on to actually the last question. Now I will give you each of you an opportunity to give a shout out and thank someone for his or her contribution to your success. So kind of think about that. Who do you want to do a big shout out as they watch this video for their support in your success and continued support? So we'll start with Caroline.
Well, I do shout out my parents in my speech, but I didn't shout out my pets that I've had my whole high school life. So I want to just thank my dogs, Lola and Lexi, because I don't know, whenever I'm studying and I see them and then I just get a break from studying, and they're like a stress reliever. And yeah, I don't know how I would get through high school without them, honestly. So I just want to thank my pets.
Unconditional love, right, Caroline?
Yes.
Unconditional. Bethany?
So I would like to thank Jesus Christ, because he's helped me a lot, given me a lot of blessings. But also Charles's parents have helped me a lot, and my dad has helped me a lot, always pushed me and encouraged me to just be better. But also my sister, she was in top 10 too, and she was really an inspiration for me. And yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Bethany. Thank you for that. Karen?
Yeah, well, of course, I want to shout out my parents. They've always been there to support me, push me forward, make sure I'm working hard. But my brother, too. I have an older brother. He's 6 years older than me, so for a large part of my life, we weren't very close. But middle school and high school, we formed a really kind of inseparable bond. And I love him so much. He's such a big source of joy in my life. And so I want to thank him. He's a really big part of my life.
Thank you, Karen. Appreciate that. Alexia?
I want to thank my mom because she's a single mom, so she's been always doing everything she can for me and my sister, and she's the main reason why I push myself so hard, because I want to make her proud and also make myself proud. And I also big thank you to Bethany said to God, because without him none of this would happen. He helped me, he guided me all this way, and I couldn't thank him enough for that.
Thank you, Alexia. Christian?
I would like to give a shout out to my parents. They pushed me and motivated me to be the best that I can be. And my grandparents also, they helped me with my success. They were the ones to buy me the SAT practice books and the vocabulary flashcards. So they really helped me also.
Thank you, Christian. Gabriela?
I like to thank my parents for always giving me support and, in a way, motivation, because everything I do has always been to make them proud. And yeah.
Thank you, Gabriela. Ivan?
I too want to shout out to my parents for their motivation, their support, but also to all the faculty and staff at ECHS and throughout my school years, because they taught me the skills and everything that I know of academics to today. So if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here right now.
Thank you, Ivan. Aaron?
Once again, might be a little of an unorthodox answer, but I would like to thank everyone who didn't believe in me, because you are the reason I'm here now.
That's a good point.
There aren't many of you, but I don't think any in this call. But to the people who didn't believe in me and didn't want to see me succeed, you're welcome.
So they were your motivating factor, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
This is
Noah.
my, I mean,
I would say thank you to my mom, my grandparents, my family, my friends, the teachers I've had throughout my whole school years, and God up there. They've all helped me at they've all helped me pretty much every single day. So
Thank you, Noah. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing, and take care of your grandparents too.
I will.
Charles.
Big shout out to my parents for sacrificing a lot for me and providing me with the resources that I needed to succeed. And I'd like to shout out Bethany for always caring for me and being a good friend and girlfriend.
Thank you, Charles. I want to do a big shout out to each and every one of you and each and every one of the faculty and staff at Early College High School. They have done an incredible job with each and every one of you. I'm proud to serve as a superintendent of schools where we have students who are grateful, who recognize that they can't do it alone. Thank those that continue to support them. Find inspiration and motivation in each other. That's not true in all school districts. And so I just want to thank you for always being committed and protecting your name and protecting our brand, HCISD brand. I think that we have a lot of great opportunities here and that students can do extremely well. I think that the value that you bring to HCISD is incredible. I want to wish you all the very best, and I know that you all are going to change the world for the better. Our society and our generation may be turning over some problems that we couldn't solve in our time. But I have all the confidence in the world that the next group is going to solve them and make us even better. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, stay healthy. I look forward to your virtual graduation. I know that there were some moments that were missed, that were traditions in senior year, but I want you to know that you all have moved and changed HCISD for the better. You've told us and you've shown us what is possible when we go to a virtual school district. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart as your superintendent. I wish you the very best. And so take care of yourselves. And I just want to say one day, Charles, I'm going to borrow your tuxedo because, but I think I'm a lot bigger than you, so maybe it won't fit, right, Bethany? But if you're a dietitian, Bethany, I'll follow your program and I'll lose weight to wear Charles's tuxedo. So you all have an awesome time. Thank you for being great. Take care of yourselves. God bless each of you.